Hello and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA, and for once, everything is going okay. And I don't often say that when we're playing through CODA, but here we are. Everything's great. Kazusa's having an amazing concert. I'm just gonna dive right in because I'm excited.
どうだ?今のところ母さんが貧血を起こして倒れるような演奏はしてないつもりだけど。
私を超えたともまだまだ思ってないけどね。まあその意気込みだけでも買っておきますか。
言ってろ。本当なら共演して叩き潰してやりたいところだけど、あんたの名誉と健康のために自重しとく。
At least she has her confidence and her sense of humor.
カズさん。
けど覚えておけよ。あと 2,3 年のうちに。
あなた、やっぱりウィーンへ帰りたい？本気で私を超えたい？もっと高いところを目指したい？
ああ、登り詰めたいね。
And this is so important for Kazusa because her goal is still there. Like they say, oh, well, like Toma Youko is not doing so well health-wise, so her goal disappeared. It didn't really disappear. She can still surpass her mother, even if her mother's not around anymore. So being able to stick to that and want that is a really good sign for her mental health.
レベルの高い観客に揉まれて、レベルの高い共演者に恵まれて、ずっと世界で戦っていたい？
だから言ったろ。もっと上手くなりたいんだ。ピアノくらいは自分の願いを叶えたいんだ。
そう。
ああ、そうだ。よかったな。これでトーマ陽子オフィスはしばらくは安泰だ。
それじゃあ、選択の余地はないわね。
うん。母さん、私は
What did she say? We'll find out. They are feeling the emotions. Dang, you don't even gotta buy a ticket. You can just sit outside and listen to the piano.
Toma さん入りました。
よーし、それじゃ収録始めるぞ。準備できてるか?
They are ready to go home. The director's like, okay, she's here, let's record. I am so done with these three.
とっくにできてますって。
こっちも OK です。いつでも行けます。
泣いても笑ってもあと2時間だ。締め切り迫ってるから、いつもみたいにズルズル徹夜とかないからな。
そっちの方がきついかも。
それじゃあ揃ったらテストって。うわ
あ
あ、あれですか。会場からそのままタクシーに乗ってきたらしいですよ。着替えてる時間も惜しいからって。
Honestly, who wouldn't have the same reaction to seeing her look like that? Kazusa is drop dead gorgeous. I will say that much.
なんて言って、実は彼に見せつけるためじゃないの。
Also true, yes.
どうだこれ。実は結構重いんだけどさ。
Setsuna had already let out her amazement before I could, so I could only wordlessly stare at the dress she's wearing before me. No matter how I look at it, The person standing in front of me is the beautiful pianist Toma Kazusa.
似合ってるか、春樹。
What a question. What a bold question to ask right in front of his girlfriend. That's so funny. Although the design and how revealing it is different from what she wore back then, it's still black in color like the last time. And while Kazusa's now reacting in a way that's different from how she did in the past, my response, however, is no different than how I reacted back then.
今更ながら後悔したか？
何を？
こんないい女を袖にしたことをさ。
Right in front of his girlfriend. She is so brave. Brash? There's a lot of words. Her confidence is not unwarranted, though.
ちょっと、おい。
Oi. I was doing everything in my power to feign ignorance, so I wish she didn't go out of her way to point it out. Even Setsuna, not knowing whether to laugh or to feel dejected, only responds with a difficult expression. I can't tell if Kazusa's words were meant as a joke or as self-deprecation, but for a mere moment, it froze the atmosphere in the booth.
さて、それじゃあ早速リハーサル行ってみようか。お前たち、ちゃんと弾けるようになってるんだろうな。
Nevertheless, Kazusa continues on with an even more cheerful tone and expression as she rallies us. Though I can't tell if she's really capable of reading the mood in this case either. She seems to want a certain assignment she's very familiar with to be done and over with immediately. She looks as if she hasn't even considered what this assignment truly means to us, as well as what will become of the three of us once it's finally over.
それでカズさ、そのコンサートの方は。
She looks as if she doesn't even care about the immense job she just finished either.
ああ、聞くな聞くな。そのことに関しては今は何も話したくない。
お前。
何しろ、どれだけ控えめに事実だけを話しても、痛い自慢話にしか聞こえないだろうからな。
I love confident Kazusa. I missed that. She's got it back. She's grown to a point beyond what we've ever seen her be capable of before, and I think that is wonderful for her.
お前たちにも聞かせてやりたかったな。あの鳴りやまない拍手、アンコールを求める声援。ま、それ無視して帰ってきたんだけど。
それじゃあ。
ああ、成功も成功、大成功。日本の観客も悪くないな。
やったね、カズさん。よかった。本当にすっごいよ。
なんだよ、セツナ、涙目になって。そんなに私を信用してなかったのか？
カズさが紛らわしい言い方するからだよ。
Being purposely vague about it. As Kazusa teases Setsuna, who's still on the verge of tearing up, I take the opportunity to quickly turn my face away to hide my expression. I wouldn't want Kazusa to make fun of me as well. She did it. Yay, she did it. So proud. It's not over yet, though. We still got one really big task.
いいんじゃない。じゃあお待ちかねの本番行ってみようか。
A guitarist who was lambasted for his lack of skill over and over again. A pianist who was forced to play along time after time despite doing nothing wrong. A singer who kept comfortably singing without thinking of anything else. these three people had completely different reactions the moment they got the okay for their rehearsal, as expected.
間に合うよ、春樹くん。私たちの歌、ちゃんと収録されるよ。
まあ、それがいいことか悪いことかは、これから評価されるんだけどな。
言い出しっぺにそういうこと言われたくない。
それじゃあどうする？ 10 分くらいなら休憩入れてもいいけど。
このまま撮っちゃっていいよね。
せつながすぐに歌えるならその方がいいだろうな。時間ないし。
Yeah, just in case it ends up with any hiccups.
俺もそれが希望。指が壊れる前に終わってほしい。
それじゃあ山口さん、すぐに始めちゃってください。
はいよ。じゃあ準備するから1分だけ待ってね。
You get a 1-minute break. Not a 10-minute break, but a 1-minute break. It's 11:15 p.m. It's been an hour since the three of us started playing together, and there's only 45 minutes left until the established deadline. Compared to our time back during the school festival, where we had only managed to fully coordinate on the morning of the day itself, this battle we'd been facing is impossibly hectic.
いよいよだね。
あ、
The two office workers hailing from their respective companies simultaneously let out a sentimental sigh at managing to survive such a hectic battle up until now. They feel a sense of relief and satisfaction at coming this far, as well as the unease over the fact that things aren't over yet, as well as the slightest feeling of loneliness.
これで何もかも終わりだ。
But you've got to enjoy your time up until the end, that's the thing. If you're constantly thinking about what's going to happen afterward, you're not going to enjoy the present. Although, you know, that's easier said than done, of course. However, the remaining person among us flatly lets out words that suggest the finality that the two of us have been continuing to avoid.
最後に一言いいかな。
カズさん。
Kazusa casts an accusatory look. Oh, Setsuna casts an accusatory look at Kazusa. Because Kazusa has used the word end too many times.
この1週間、バカみたいに楽しかった。その前の1月は地獄だったけど。
そんな。
私が今ここにいられるのは全部セツナのおかげだ。
Throughout the 1 month I'd spent alone with her,
セツナがそばにいてくれたから私は元の世界に戻ってこれた。
Kazusa had been gradually rotting away in the palm of my hand without anyone even realizing it. And that's what's sad, like, sometimes being with someone destroys them. And she told him over and over again, even though she couldn't really, like, get out of the situation with her own strength, she kept saying that this is destroying her, and he wasn't listening. So thank God things turned out okay.
何もかも投げ出した私を立ち直らせてくれた。もう一度ピアノと向き合わせてくれた。
By the time we'd realized that, neither me, Youko-san, or even Kazusa herself had been able to stop her from wasting away.
一度は失敗したコンサートを立て直すことができた。日本の観客に本物の私を見せることができた。
The situation was such that Setsuna had been our only hope. She loved Kazusa and was loved by her in return.
生きていく力をくれた。一生かかっても返せないくらい大きなものを。
And the person who protected Kazusa while also breaking her apart.
違うよ。それは春樹くんが。
いいんだ、セツナ。
だってカズサを救ってほしいって願ったのは。
それでも 春樹に感謝なんかしない。
So blunt.
だって私はこいつさえいなければあんな辛い思いをしなくて済んだ。
So blunt and so harsh.
ごめん。
She says that without a smile and without tears.
だから絶対にありがとうなんて言わない。逆恨みして理不尽に憎んで一方的に嫌う。二度と許してなんかやるもんか。
そんな。
Kazusa's slightly angry tone is conveying to me that her words and demeanor stem from her heart.
でもいいんだ。もういいんだ。
Kazusa intends to end everything. She intends to truly separate from me this time.
今日いい演奏ができた。日本のみんなも認めてくれた。
She intends to separate from me, the person who's abandoned her, and will never be able to love her again.
私にはやっぱりピアノが必要なんだって分かった。
She intends to separate from me, the person who has been incapable of doing anything but spoiling her.
だからいいんだよ、せつな。私はもう過去に思い残すことはない。
She intends to leave me, the person who's become nothing more than the past to her.
日本にも思い残すことはない。コンサートは成功した。日本にこだわる理由はほとんどなくなった。あとはこの曲を収録したら本当に何もかも終わりだ。
What a powerful conversation to have right before recording, though. This is, by the way, they only had the 1 minute left. This has been the longest minute of the game.
待ってよ。
However, Setsuna's expression is rapidly stiffening as she listens to Kazusa, as if she's realizing the intent behind each and every word.
終わりだなんてそんなこと言わないでよ。私たちまだ何も。
刹那。
Setsuna, who has been optimistically pushing us forward up until now, finally hesitates the most as we arrive at this point, and the moment they arrive at this point. She's refusing to take another step.
もうあと30分だよ。私たちが3人だけでいられる時間は。
I feel like this is a big distraction right before the recording. Like, maybe you should have had this conversation after.
そんなに急がなくても。
急ぐ必要あるだろう。今日中に収録しないといけないんだぞ。
でも
She can only desperately resist her emotions, threatening to spill out.
それじゃあ行こうか。2人ともいいかな。
できてないよ。全然何も準備できてない。
Oh, Setsuna, I'm sorry. It is too bad for her too, but like, come on, it's not fair to Kazusa to make her stay around like that.
刹那。
No, she's already incapable of resisting them. She can feel it in her bones. She knows that the end of our festival is drawing near.
覚えてない。何も覚えてない。春樹くんの作ってくれた詩も、カズサの作ってくれた曲も。
刹那。
That's why she's desperately trying to make the festival go on. Even if she has to raise her voice and look ridiculous in front of the others watching us. And even though she knows that it's futile at this point.
最後なんだ。ちゃんと聞いてくれ。やだ。私はもう 日本に思い残すことはない。やだ。特別な思い入れもない。こだわる理由なんかない。
やめて、やめてよ。
だからこの国を憎む理由はなくなった。
やめてってば。
え？
It was at that moment that I saw it. Beneath Kazusa's lowered head was a mischievous smile.
つまりこの国にいない理由もなくなった。これからもよろしくな。
I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. And it was then that Setsuna finally realized it as well. Though she had already been thoroughly deceived by then.
私は日本に残るよ。
Oh, Kazusa, she's so strong and beautiful and amazing.
これからも母さんのそばに、お前たちの隣にいさせてくれ。
今なんて言ったの？
But also, doing that to Setsuna and like leading her to think that way until she was like crying and yelling is pretty cruel too.
なんだよ、もう耳が遠くなっちゃったのか？どのみちピアニストとしても長くないな。
ええ、どうやら猛録してしまったみたいね。予想してたのと全然違う言葉を聞いてきまして。
日本に残る。これからも母さんのそばにいる。
Oh.
今なんて言ったの？
嫌か。
そういう聞き方こそ嫌。私が嫌がるなんて思うの？
悪い、本当にちょっと自信がなかったんだ。最近の私、母さんにとっていい子じゃなかったから。
でもカズさ、あなた今高いところを目指すって、ずっと世界のレベルで戦うって。
ああ、世界と戦うよ。東間陽子と。
Oh, because she is her world.
ずっと東間陽子のそばにいる。あの嫌味なライバルに参ったって言わせるまで。それが私の上を目指す一番の力になる。ここに残ることこそが自分にとって一番なんだ。
でも私はもうあなたと戦うことはできない。それどころかあなたを導くことすらもう。
あんた一人が負けを認めてもみんなが認めるまで私は認めない。
カズさん、
Such a touching moment between mother and daughter.
世間の人間があんたのことをピアニスト東間和沙の母親と呼ぶようになるまで私はここで戦い続ける。徹底的にあんたの晩節を汚してやる。日本中の世界中の全員の記憶からあんたの名前を消してやる。
What a cruel way of putting it. But it's a very Kazusa way of putting it.
そして私がみんなにとっての東間陽子になる。世界一を目指したあんたの夢を受け継ぐよ。
開演5分前です。そろそろ。
うん、分かった。それじゃあ行ってくる。
カズさん、
なあ母さん、私は記憶の中にある全盛期の東間陽子とこれからもずっと戦っていく。それはきっと辛く長い戦いになると思う。だからこれからも 私のそばにいて、私の支えになってほしい。私の目指す場所じゃなくていい。ただ私の帰る場所でいてくれればいい。
Oh, that's so beautiful. She's finally realized that her mom doesn't only have to be a goalpost. Her mom can also be a home for her. And I think that's a big realization for her. Not everything in the world has to be single-sided. It's not black and white. You have to figure out your own way through it. You figure out your own distinctions on life.
愛してる、母さん。私を産んでくれてありがとう。
God, now even Miyoko-san is crying. Oh my god, she's crying so hard.
いや
先生、悪い。母さんを興奮させちゃったかもしれない。
She's gonna collapse from happiness. Holy crap.
その時のために僕がいるんだよ。さあいよいよ最後だ。頑張ってきなさい。
ありがとう。
So cute.
あとを頼みます。
Why is everyone still crying?
せつな。
Tears overflow in Setsuna's eyes, and they spill out without even gathering.
おい、今は。
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have made such a crazy announcement right before the recording. And as I notice her tears falling to the ground, I can't help but suddenly remember a similar spectacle that's happened before in the past. After all, although we've made Setsuna cry many times before, there was only one instance in the past that she's ever cried so happily and embarrassingly. It was during the night of our trip when we stayed over at the hot springs, during the moment when we swore our eternal friendship.
やめろ。今はやめてくれ、せつな。お前ボーカルなんだぞ。
Oh, it's so hard to read. I'm crying too much. Not even in a bad way, for once. And although that vow ended up being broken almost immediately, the passage of 5 years of time sprung forth the opportunity to resurrect it again.
ああ、俺知らないと。
You wish.
春樹。
Even so, I couldn't cry in the face of such a happy yet embarrassing moment. Nor does Kazusa herself cause a stir. Oh, poor Setsuna. Setsuna has shed all the tears needed for us.
なんなんだよ、おい。 今日はこんなんばっかじゃないか。
No, this is just Kazusa realizing how much she means to other people, which is also another really important and beautiful thing.
お前まだ学習してなかったのな。刹那をからかったらどういう報いを受けるかってさ。
After all, as much as it's alright to cry over this, there's only one person among us who has the right to do so. Among us.
なんとかしろよ、春樹。お前の彼女だろ。
お前の生涯の親友だろ。
Oh, beautiful. She's the one who's worked the hardest among us. Among us. The one who's desperately tried to suppress her heart the most among us. 2 times. The right goes to none other than the girl who's guided us through the tremendous strength of her own feelings. The girl who possesses the strongest heart among us. Okay, how many times are they going to say the word among us?
Go ごめんなさい。30分休憩。なんとか泣き止ませて絶対に今日中に取るから。
That's why we think a happy resolution is the most natural thing for her. Kazusa herself seems to have accepted everything and is tightly embracing the weeping Setsuna. God, I love these two also. Okay, this is perfect because I can stop crying. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna calm down. And then I'll be back for the next episode I'm very excited for. So, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of White Album 2. And I will be back with the next one shortly. Until then, hope you take care. See you!